Wullie, what went wrong this afternoon?
Everything. I was just saying there that sometimes your players have got to, be accountable and perform. And sometimes as a manager, you've got to hold your hands up, and that's what I said to them in there. I'll take the blame today. I'll take any criticism coming because I got it wrong today. I got the team selection wrong, and we paid the price for it.
I don't think we can argue that the better team won today.
No, correct. They were better from back to front, caused us a lot more problems than we did them. We fell into wee traps where we just put the ball long. We didn't win it, we didn't hold on to it, and they just kind of started to break on us again. We gave the ball away cheaply at times. I think first goals came from giving the ball away, big bange. Second one, I've gave it away. Again, that's what I say about holding your hands up. I'd rather try and play football properly and get the ball down and pass it. We've lost the ball high up the pitch and they've broke extremely quick, and I think 2 passes down the side and then across into the box and they're 2-0 up and cruising by that point. And then Falkirk get their tail up. We feel a bit sorry for ourselves. And going into the break 2-0 down, and then we don't start the second half. After we go 3-0 down, we start to play a little bit better, and it's still not good enough. We scored a good goal, but the game was done by then.
The damage was done in that first 20 minutes, similar to up the road?
It was, and that's what I say as a manager, you've got to, I'm still learning. I take that, I take the responsibility, I take the blame. That's not a problem. I can deal with that. We went to Falkirk the last time, and we went with Rudy and Gav up front, and we just felt that we didn't hold the ball up. We didn't get behind them enough. We didn't stretch the game enough. We kind of just played in front of Falkirk that suited the centre halves that day. So I felt big bands going in there, he might give us a different out ball, a different dimension at the game. But I think Donaldson and Henderson, they relished that scrap, and they won 95% of that battle. And like I said, they picked it up, and then they picked the seconds up, and they just kept playing round about us. And they're a good passing team when you allow them to. And we did. We lost it in the first 20-25 minutes. And then again in the first 5 minutes of the second half, the game was done.
Struggled a little bit as well with Morrison and Kennedy's pace on the wings.
Listen, they're 2 good players, but again, if you look at our team selection, again, it's maybe something I've got to take on the chin. I expect that with Conor Murray, I expect that for Lee Connolly. They're our players that do the same as them, and it's about affecting the game. Lee Connor gets a good goal in the second half, but overall, wasn't good enough from any of us, not just them. Like I say, all over the park, we weren't as good as Falkirk.
You're still learning, as you say.
Yep.
You learn a lot from today?
Yeah, I learn a lot every day in training, still learning about the players. I know, approaching Christmas and we're past the first quarter, I know that. I get the frustration from the fans, especially on the back of a home defeat. I think the performance was the biggest thing because, we've done all right. I put up on a thing, 1 defeat in the last 7. The home form has been actually quite good, but we've got to take that on the chin today. It's a sore one. I'm hurting as well, but we go to Edinburgh, and we can't go to Edinburgh feeling sorry for ourselves because they've picked up since we've played them in the cup, and they'll be a different team since then.
Frustration does kick in, but people need to realise that the players and yourself are frustrated too.
No, I know what you're aiming at. Yeah, it was a wee bit of, the atmosphere was a bit gloom. Some shouts and that again, but that is its frustration. Fans come they come and pay their money to support their team, and they're frustrated. Myself and the players are frustrated as well. I just want to rally everyone together and get behind the team because, we will have bad days, and we've got to get together, regroup, and make sure that we're better next time.
Back in the side yourself today, there's been questions asked about why you haven't been playing yourself, but back in today?
Yeah, well, listen, I'm the manager of the football club, and it's difficult to do both. I've went in today because of the fact that I've got some big players available, Calvin, Toddy and Shuggy, and there's 3 almost definite starters for us, big part of the team, all unavailable. And again, maybe not had the best of games, but I felt I had to go in there because we didn't really have a natural sitter in there to go and try and get on the ball and make things happen. But like I said, it didn't work.
You talked there about Calvin and Josh and Big Shug, kind of key areas in that middle of the park.
It is. You can see with the results that we've had recently, with the boys being available, and to have one missing is unfortunate. To have three, it's really, really tough, because they've all made an impact. They're all when they're on top of the game. They're very three influential players, and they were sorely missed today.
Any update on when we can expect them back?
Yeah, so I had said to you in there that Toddy, Saturday against Edinburgh will probably be too soon. We're looking at Alloa for him, but depending on how his reaction is when he loads and puts more intensity into the legs. If there's no reaction, he might be a bit quicker. If he has a reaction, it might delay it slightly. But we're looking at Alloa for him. Calvin's just feeling pain in the bottom of his foot when he's walking, when he's running. So hopefully just that settles down, and then as soon as he's not missed that much. So as soon as he's back on the training pitch, hopefully have him available. We're looking maybe it's Saturday. It might come too soon, so maybe Alloa for him as well. And then Shuggy's a frustrating one because we thought he was available for Clyde last week. When we arrived at Hamilton, he had said that swelling hasn't went down, and it still hasn't. Had to send him off for an X-ray just to make sure. The good news is that there's no break, so it's just about getting the swelling and the bruising out of the foot, and then hopefully he can push on. And then the more disappointing one, Stuart Morrison's had his operation, so we'll miss him now for about 4 months.
What was the operation? It was his ankle, was it? His ankle?
It was a ligament in his ankle stroke foot, so it was one of them where he felt he needed to go and get the operation to correct it. We spoke to a couple of different surgeons, and that was the route that they went down, and hopefully, that he sees a surgeon again on Monday, but they think it's been a success, and then he can start his rehab. You
talked there about being FC Edinburgh next. You felt, I'm sure previously you said to me that you felt that you didn't get the credit for the two performances, the back-to-back previously.
Yeah, I thought both games, League and Cup, we put in a complete performance all over the pitch, and that's when I mean that man to man we were good. And I heard a few things saying Edinburgh worst team to degrade Palmerston since God knows how many years, whatever. You can see where they are in the league, so they must be doing something right. And I think if we go to Edinburgh on Saturday, we've got to have a different mindset, because they'll be a completely different team than what we played here.
They have picked up results, haven't they, in the recent weeks as well?
Yeah, you can see it when we talk about this league being tough. You can see Kelty. I've not seen results today, but Kelty, I think, were the form team going into today because they had 4 wins and a draw or something in the last 5 games. Everyone's capable of beating each other. It's about teams going on a wee run and staying on a run. We'll be the ones that are up there competing, and the challenge is for us to start our own run now on Saturday and try and keep that run going as long as possible, because again, like I say, I take responsibility, and I'm not kidding myself on. If I don't get results and we don't start climbing the table, it's my job that's on the line, and I'll never hide away for that. I'm a passionate boy, take the responsibility, take the burden on my shoulders. It's my job to put a winning team on the pitch and get results, and if I don't, I can live with that.
Are you starting to feel a bit of pressure?
I don't feel pressure, no, because I've been in the game for a long, long time as a player. I've, played at various clubs with crowds and everything, and expectations, and won promotions, cups and stuff like that. Pressure's pressure. You just got to live with it. And as a manager, it's no different. It's when you say it's a bit, when it's no different, it is, because at the end of the day, as a player, you've got a contract that's probably a wee bit harder to get out of. A wee bit more security. As a manager, you can get the bullet at any same time, whether it's results or something else. So that's what it is. That's the nature of the beast, and I relish it, because I still believe in myself. I still believe in the team in there that we can turn it around.
Just back to the Edinburgh game as well. They're back at Meadowbank now.
Yep.
So bit of a strange stadium, really, isn't it?
I've seen a little bit on Twitter and stuff where I think it was Falkirk were there recently and paid about £20 a ticket. It looked like their fans are about a mile away from the pitch. But you know, that's what it is. That's our home ground. You've got to go there and you've got to put all that aside and win the match.